Did you know that royal guards have feelings? Why are the royal guards so serious and disciplined? The British Royal Guards are an unmistakable symbol of tradition, solemnity, and discipline. With their striking scarlet uniforms, gold buttons, and iconic bearskin hats, they represent centuries of royal history and pride. Their stoicism is legendary, known for withstanding the pranks of tourists, the bustle of crowds, and the cameras that film them daily. However, behind their rigid composure and fixed gaze, there are moments when these guardians of tradition break character, revealing a deeply human side that touches the hearts of those who witness it. Since their creation in the 17th century, the Royal Guards have been an integral part of the British monarchy. They are much more than a tourist attraction. They are a living symbol of the stability and continuity of the crown. Their presence in front of palaces such as Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle not only protects the royal family, but also reinforces the solemnity of the monarchy. Maintaining a firm and serious posture, regardless of the circumstances, is one of the main characteristics of the Royal Guards. Their training includes a strict protocol that requires them to show no emotions, ignore any type of provocation, and maintain impeccable composure even in the most challenging moments. This level of discipline is what makes them admirable and, at the same time, unattainable for many. The stoicism of the Royal Guards creates a symbolic barrier that reinforces their solemn character and commitment to tradition. Therefore, when one of them briefly breaks this rigidity to interact with the public, the impact is profound. These gestures, whether a greeting to a child, a smile toward a curious tourist, or a small act of respect toward someone with special needs, are extremely rare, making them unforgettable moments. Imagine standing in front of Buckingham Palace and witnessing a guard bow to an admiring child or respond to a greeting with a slight nod. For the public, these moments break the perception of guards as immovable figures, revealing that behind the uniform there is a human being capable of connecting with others. The British Royal Guards are the epitome of discipline and tradition. With their unwavering stoicism, they have been a symbol of the British monarchy for centuries. But what makes them so special? Beyond their striking uniforms and impeccable posture, their training and commitment to their duty make them iconic figures that transcend time. The Royal Guards undergo intensive training that not only physically trains them, but also psychologically trains them to endure long hours without showing any emotion. Maintaining character under any circumstance is a key skill they develop during this process. Their role is not limited to protecting the monarchy. They are also a global tourist attraction and a symbol of the historical continuity of the United Kingdom. Part of its magic lies in its ability to maintain composure, even in the face of jokes and provocations from tourists. Since their creation in the 17th century, the Royal Guards have embodied the solemnity and dignity of the British monarchy. Their imposing presence at events such as the changing of the guard is a constant reminder of history and protocol. Every year, millions of tourists visit places such as Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle to witness ceremonies that reflect the precision and professionalism of the Royal Guards. Despite their impeccable training and commitment to tradition, the Royal Guards are, at the end of the day, human. And sometimes, his humanity manifests itself through small gestures that break his character and leave a lasting impression on the audience. A viral video shows a guard leaning slightly towards a boy with autism who was looking at him in admiration. This simple gesture made the boy feel special and left an indelible mark on his family. During a parade, a guard noticed a boy dressed as a little royal guard. Breaking protocol, the guard offered him a subtle greeting that brought a smile to the boy's face and applause from the crowd. During a ceremony, a dog ran towards a guard, who reacted with patience and kindness, returning the dog to its owner without losing his composure. On another occasion, a pigeon landed on a guard's hat. Although he maintained his firm stance, a slight smile betrayed his humanity, drawing laughter from the crowd. When the Royal Guards break character, the impact is immediate and profound. These interactions, although brief, create meaningful connections with the audience and leave lasting memories. The moments when guards interact with children or people with disabilities are often the most emotional. These interactions validate and celebrate those who appreciate the experience most. A nod or a smile may seem simple, but for those who receive them, these gestures are much more than that. They are acts of humanity that break barriers and protocols. In the digital age, many of these moments have been captured and shared on social networks, reaching millions of people around the world. Audience reactions are often one of admiration and gratitude, highlighting the importance of these gestures in a world that often feels distant and disconnected. The moments where the royal guards break character are not only heartwarming, but are also inspiring examples of how small acts of kindness can have a lasting impact. During one ceremony, a boy dressed as a little guard received a special greeting that made him feel like a part of the tradition he admired. A guard leaned toward a girl in a wheelchair, causing tears of joy from her parents and applause from those present. On one occasion, a tourist asked if the guards were robots. In response, a guard briefly broke character with a smile, drawing laughter from the crowd. During a parade, a guard noticed a veteran in the crowd and offered him a special salute, creating a moment that resonated deeply with everyone present. Despite the rigidity of their role, the royal guards have shown that it is possible to balance tradition with empathy. These moments of connection not only enrich their legacy, but also reinforce their role as ambassadors of the monarchy. These gestures remind us that, even in strict roles, there is always room for kindness and respect. The Royal Guard's rigorous protocol is designed to maintain the solemnity and seriousness that their position demands. His ability to maintain character in the face of crowds, pranks, and provocations has cemented his reputation as a symbol of stability and professionalism. However, what makes these out-of-protocol gestures so special is precisely their rarity. Every unplanned nod, greeting, or smile breaks that barrier of rigidity and becomes an act of humanity that deeply connects with people. These moments are much more than simple acts. They are symbols of human connection that transcend norms and traditions. For children, seniors, and those with special needs who interact with the guards, these gestures validate and celebrate their presence in a way they will never forget. Thanks to social networks, many of these moments have reached millions of people around the world. Videos of royal guards leaning towards a child with special needs, greeting a little fan, or interacting with someone in the crowd have not only racked up millions of views, but have also inspired others to value the power of small acts of kindness. The comments full of gratitude and admiration that accompany these clips reflect the positive impact they have not only on those who are present, but also on those who watch them through a screen. These moments remind us that, in an often fast-paced and disconnected world, empathy and kindness have immense power to unite us and touch our hearts. The Royal Guards, despite the restrictions of their role, demonstrate that even in the most formal contexts there is always room for humanity. The Royal Guards are much more than protectors of the monarchy. They are ambassadors of a tradition that knows how to adapt and evolve. Their moments of warmth and kindness teach us that discipline and empathy are not mutually exclusive. In fact, together they can create an impact that transcends generations. These gestures inspire us to reflect on how we can incorporate more humanity into our own lives. If the Royal Guards, with their strict rules and protocols, find ways to connect with people, we can all find ways to show kindness and respect in our daily interactions. Because, in the end, it's the small acts that have the biggest impact. Ultimately, these moments remind us that, regardless of our position, we all have the power to make someone's day more special. The Royal Guards, with their rare but powerful gestures of kindness, teach us that even in the most solemn traditions, human connection remains most important. Thank you for getting this far. Comment on the word kind in the comments if you think the Royal Guards are kind, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. See you soon.